Jesus says it is His desire to give us desire of our hearts. He will give us houses we didn't build, wells we didn't dig, and vineyards we didn't plant. Luke 18:27 says, the things which are impossible with men are possible with God. He said, where there are two or more gathered together in my name, there I will be also. Christ said in Mark 11, for verily I say unto you, that whosoever shall say unto the mountains, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he saith shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he saith. Do you realize that you are not alone? That the Red Sea can still part today? Just because this is 2007 doesn't change a thing. Miracles still happen today, just like they happened in Moses' day. We have Jehovah Jireh. We have the Lord our provider. Jehovah Elohim, the eternal creator. Jehovah Rapha, the Lord our healer. Jehovah Rophi, the Lord my shepherd. All of those are Hebrew names for the Lord. When you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you will fear no evil. Why? Because He is with you. He is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. He is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the rock, the bread of life. He is the great I am. He is, was, and always shall be the author and finisher of our faith. He is the great physician. All we have to do is throw off our worldly ways and realize that we can't accomplish everything by ourselves. We surrender our life to Him. On a daily basis, we each have tasks that are set before us that we don't feel that we can accomplish. No matter what we are told, or we always may end up being a little bit hesitant, even when we are reassured that, we can accomplish something. We just can't seem to go through with it. We're scared. We don't want to feel like a failure. Or just because we don't have enough faith. You remember that saying that, I have to see it to believe it? Sometimes you can't see the actual item, but you can only see effects. You can't see the wind, but you can see effects of the wind. Matthew 8:26, it says, and He saith unto them, why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith? Matthew 17:20 says, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Let me ask you, if Christ is telling you that you can move a mountain, when was the last time we moved mountains? How much faith do we have? A lot of us like to get a blessing from the Lord. And what we realize is that the more He blesses us, the more He kind of expects from us, and the more that we can do, and the more responsibilities that we have. So what we like is we like to have a little blessing from God. And we say, oh, that's enough. Just right there. When Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were thrown into the fiery furnace, the Lord was there to protect them. Nobody imagined that it would be possible for them to withstand the heat. In fact, it was never even a thought on anybody's mind. Throw them into the furnace, they would have, just like that, be consumed. What happened? They opened up the door. How many did they see? 4. Don't you know that was an exciting camp day? The king didn't know what to do. When you throw 3 people in a fire, and you open up that door again and you see 4 people, what are things that we thought would be impossible in our time? Scripture is full of 100 examples. I just picked out a few. In our society, there are examples of hundreds and thousands of examples. Let me just give you some. Who would have thought that at one day it had been possible to get in a device that can go from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds? Who would have thought I'd been able to transport people in a craft that would fly thousands of feet in the sky and transport you from Houston, Texas to Orlando, Florida in a matter of 2.5, 3 hours? Who would have thought that nearly 85% of the people would own a device where I can see what's happening in Italy, China, Japan, Europe? Television. We can watch wars happen. Remember Desert Storm? We watched the war on TV. No different than the war that's going on right now. Nothing's impossible. I have a feeling that this year is going to be a year for miracles. Not only for us, but for this church as a whole. Do you need a miracle in your life? Is there an area of your life that you need help in? I know that there's areas in my life that I need help in every day. Some days I'm impatient, some days I'm upset, some days it just seems that life is just too hard to deal with and that you just don't know what's going to happen. Whether it's work, whether it's family related, whether it's just driving on the highway. Sometimes it's everything just all added up together. You just think, I can't make it anymore. I'm just going to fall apart. But somehow, you can pull it all together. How? With Christ. God is just waiting for you to call on His name to help you. That's all He's wanting to do. I've heard one speaker say, he goes, you ever wonder why bad things happen to people? He goes, it's because 85% of Christians don't like to talk to God on a daily basis. They like to wait until they get into trouble, and they're down on their hands and knees just praying to Him nonstop. He goes, I think that sometimes bad things happen to people just so God can have a conversation with people. Just to let you know, I'm still here. Just wanted to make sure you're okay. When's the last time we spent 15, 20 minutes in prayer with God? It's not hard. Christ prayed with His eyes open, looking up towards heaven. You can pray on your way to work. Just don't close your eyes, especially if you're driving. This year will be a year for miracles for this church.